Someone told you about it. Now we would go up to Sequoias and Twin Lakes and what's another something?
Huntington Lake.
Huntington Lake and Devil's Post Pile.
June Lake.
June Lake. What took you up there?
Huh?
What got you to go up there?
Magazine.
A magazine.
Camping magazine.
Uh-huh.
How did we decide each year which one we were going to? Did you guys have some way of planning? We'll do this one. How did it come about? I remember we'd go to the beach every year to El Capitan, but it was like only every other year that we'd go up to the mountains.
We went to El Capitan the minute school was out.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then the 2 weeks before school started, we went to the mountains.
I seem to remember like every other year. Is my memory?
Every year.
It was?
Maybe when you were, maybe by the time you were remembering, they were doing every other year. For us, it's smaller.
I don't recall every year, but yeah, we hit like almost every year a different place.
Yeah.
I remember when we went to Devil's Post Pile and to the earthquake fault there on the road down there, and I remember being terrified to go on the tour through that. But, Mom stayed behind to watch me while you guys all went through the tour. I remember climbing on top of the post pile. We went up on there. Crystal Cavern in
yes.
Sequoia, was it? Those big trees where you drive around, drive on, drive through.
That was Sequoia.
Yeah? Remember that big windstorm? Was that June Lake or Huntington Lake or something?
June Lake.
We went fishing a lot out in the ocean. You had a friend that had a boat or something. What do you remember?
Silcox.
Silcox?
Used to take me fishing. We'd rent a boat at
San Pedro?
No. Oxnard.
Oxnard.
I remember going with you a couple of times, and every now and again we'd do the San Pedro for like 2 hours out.
Yeah.
Other times we'd go somewhere else where we'd be like 5 or 6 hours out before we stopped to fish. That was always fun because we were catching fish that were bigger than we were.
Yeah.
What were they?
I caught a 15-foot shark.
Really?
Took me 4 hours.
Wow.
To reel him in.
Yeah, I remember we always had, probably once or twice a year, we'd go out and get a whole bunch of fish, and they'd fillet it there on the boat with us and take it home and have fish for dinner for a while.
Yeah.
That was always fun. What made you guys pick that 1,000 Trails thing? Do you remember that? That like campground membership thing?
I fell in love with it.
Yeah?
I tried to talk her out of it. She still wanted it.
Yeah?
We lost money on that.
Yeah. Oh, it was a nice, I liked the campground was it up by Palm Springs or something? I liked the campground, but it sounds like you'd have to go about 10 times a year to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
I remember going there once or twice.
Irwindale.
Irwindale. What else you remember about camping, Don?
My goodness.
Remember that time you got stirred up the hornet's nest and while we were hunting for firewood. It was like Yellow Jacket nest. You must have got stung 20, 30 times.
I got that one out, didn't I?
I got stung like 2 or 3.
I blocked that one out.
I was probably 8 or 9-ish.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Yeah?
I remember we always pulled the trailer. You built that trailer, right? I still have that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bought it from Georgia. And we still use it. But that tent was a special order tent, wasn't it? From Sears. You remember how much that thing cost back then?
Out of it.
Well, it's still around. Still in one piece.
3 rooms.
Yep.
We drove past the old place on Peck Road. They built a donut shop there.
On Peck Road?
Yeah.
Where the house used to be.
The paint store is an auto parts store. And next door to it, where the vacant lot always was, is a donut shop.
So someone finally put something there. Do you know why nobody put anything there for a long, long time?
Too much money.
Well, who owned it?
They sold it to a doctor. And Ray got all the money.
Ah.
And I paid most of it in on the house.
Well, you would never recognize it.
Surprisingly clean. They did a lot of landscaping and stuff all through the main roads. So like as you go down Ramona, they've got grass in the medians and things like that. It was pretty nice.
The town looked clean. I was surprised.
The little bit we were on, yeah. That's pretty nice.
Durfee School, the kids wear uniforms.
Did they?
Yeah, we drove by there.
Did they ever change the name of the street?
You know, we didn't look.
I had noticed last time I was there, they changed it to, remember Mr. Hall, the principal?
Yeah.
It was like Thomas Hall Street or whatever his name was. Yeah.
Huh.
And that one little slice of Durfee, I want to say, where the shortcut was, I think they changed that name to Payne or something, that assistant principal.
Oh, yeah. The lady?
Yeah. Yeah. They we're adding a new parking lot there. They're offering babysitting, childcare at the school. Yeah. Got a big sign out front, saying childcare available. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
At the end of Maxon onto Lower Azusa, can't turn left there anymore. Had to turn right. Yeah, they have a no left turn. Yeah, they've changed quite a few things there. A couple of new streets I saw, where they just added little cul-de-sacs here and there.
What's that do? Run continuously?
If I let it, yeah. It's taking it's just a video camera, and we end up putting stuff on videotape. Like that videotape I left with you shows when we went out to Iowa and looked at stuff, at some of your family stuff, pictures of cemetery and stuff. And we can just transfer this onto a regular videotape. It's kind of like the stuff Richard was doing all the time, except it uses tape instead of real film.
Speaking of which, we went by and saw Georgia and their family yesterday.
Did you?
Yep.
What'd she have to say?
She's just happy to see that we were here, and Surprised, kind of.
How'd their knee do?
I didn't notice at all.
She seemed fine. Who knows, though? You can't tell.
Yeah. You won't know that I have troubles with my back unless you hear me complain.
Right.
Yeah. So but she wasn't hobbled. She was certainly walking around and didn't seem to be terribly troubled by it.
Yep. We had a nice visit. Stayed there for a few hours.
Fed us dinner.
Yep, she fed us tacos. We got home late last night. After going to Mojave, then George's, then home, back to the hotel.
When all of a sudden we were here.
Now we're back here.
Yep, continuous loop.
How long you got to motel for?
We had it for 2 nights. We're out now, though. Because we're leaving tonight. Bobby's going down to the airport tonight, and I'm driving north tonight.
Yeah, Dawn's trying to get up past San Francisco tonight. So, 4.5, 5 hours?
5 hours. It all depends on the LA traffic.
Yeah.
The rest is piece of cake. So yeah, busy night tonight.
Oh, very busy.
A long trip.
I appreciated both of you.
Oh, we wanted to come. We did. So what do you do during the day here?
Sleep,
What do you do at night?
sleep.
And when you're sleeping, what do you dream of?
Hey, when I was in the hospital,
Uh-huh.
they gave me a catheter,
Yeah.
and ever since then, I haven't been able to control my.
Well, you take care of yourself. Do the best.